From Storm Tracker 6, this is Forecast First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
The Capitol Dome is beginning to disappear in the fog this morning. That's really setting up here before we get to sunrise. Our visibility values continue to drop. It's down below a mile in Howell, Owasso, Lansing, Charlotte, and Marshall. Charlotte's sensor has been sitting at 0 for over an hour. We have dense fog mixing with major roadways, and that's never a good combination. So if you tend to take I-69, I-94, even if you're heading farther north towards the UP, fog is still a concern, so be careful, add some extra time to your commute. We'll look at the rest of the forecast coming up as 6 News This Morning continues.
WLNS is here for you, celebrating 75 years of bringing you the news with 6 News This Morning.
What is your purpose? President Donald Trump slams the United Nations as it marks its 80th anniversary. Good morning. Today is Wednesday, September 24th. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Kirk Montgomery. Megan has the morning off. 6 News is here for you now with this morning's top stories. This morning, President Donald Trump is back at the White House after making headlines at the United Nations. In his speech to world leaders yesterday, the president questioned climate change and touted what he considers successes of his second term, while also criticizing the UN.
What is the purpose of the United Nations? For the most part, at least for now, all they seem to do is write a really strongly worded letter and then never follow that letter up.
The president claimed he was more successful than the UN in settling global conflicts, touting the progress he says he's made in Israel. He also called human-influenced climate change a green energy scam and warned Europe to be tougher on immigration. The president also told European countries to stop buying Russian oil in an effort to end Russia's war in Ukraine. Ryan Ruth is found guilty of attempting to assassinate Donald Trump at a Florida golf course last year. The jury took just about 2 hours to reach their decision. Following the announcement, he was forcibly removed from the courtroom after he tried stabbing himself in the neck with a pen. Ruth, who represented himself in court, now faces life in prison with his sentencing scheduled in December. Prosecutors say Ruth spent weeks plotting to kill Trump, but he did not fire his weapon. Jimmy Kimmel makes an emotional return to his namesake late-night TV show. During his monologue last night, the comedian said there was nothing funny about the killing of conservative activist Charlie Kirk, but also called efforts to cancel his show over his beliefs un-American. Jared Hill has the very latest.
At times emotional.
It was never my intention to make light of the murder of a young man.
Jimmy Kimmel made his return to late night with a passionate defense of free speech.
I want to thank the people who don't support my show and what I believe, but support my right to share those beliefs anyway.
Last week, ABC suspended Jimmy Kimmel Live following criticism from FCC Chairman Brendan Carr and TV station ownership companies Sinclair and Nexstar over Kimmel's comments about the man charged with killing conservative activist Charlie Kirk. Announcing Kimmel's return, ABC called the jokes ill-timed and insensitive. Just an hour before last night's broadcast, President Trump, in a scathing post on social media, said the show had bad ratings, accused the host of being an arm of the Democratic Party, and appeared to threaten to sue ABC again, alluding to a defamation suit he settled with the network last year.
That is un-American, and it is so dangerous.
But millions couldn't see the show, with Nexstar and Sinclair preempting Jimmy Kimmel Live, blocking it from nearly a quarter of American households. Jared Hill, CBS News, New York.
As Jared Hill mentioned, the broadcast group Nexstar, the parent company of WLNS, as of now will not air Jimmy Kimmel Live on the ABC stations it owns or operates, which does impact WLAJ. Hecate Energy, one of the largest renewable energy developers in the U.S., will host a public meeting in Springport Township today. This comes as the company is considering to develop and construct a massive solar energy facility in mid-Michigan. The site of the proposed project is located in the towns of Hamlin, Brookfield, and Springport, spanning more than 2,000 acres in Eaton and Jackson counties. Hecate Energy says this solar farm will provide clean, renewable power for tens of thousands of homes. However, community members tell 6 News the site is located on agricultural and residential zoned land and worry it will have potential impacts on property values and those interested in living in the area. That meeting will take place at the Springport Township High School Library tonight from 5 to 7. And this morning we've learned that a massive data center project in Livingston County has come to a halt. A large property in Howell Township, mostly owned by Van Gilder Farms, was looking to house Michigan's largest data center. But the township's planning commission denied rezoning the property, a move that ultimately stops the project from moving forward. An unnamed Fortune 100 company was looking to buy more than 1,000 acres of property on Fleming Road off of Grand River Avenue to build a new data center that was expected to bring in $20 to $30 million every year. However, the public had a lot to say on this project. In fact, hundreds of community members attended the township's planning commission meeting last night, with some arguing that the details on the center were vague, while others were concerned about its possible environmental impacts.
One of these data centers takes about at least $3 million or 3 million gallons of water a day to cool it. I don't believe that they have any business being in Michigan. You know, we are one of the largest freshwater holders in the United States. I think it is wrong. I think we really need to protect our waters more now than ever.
The Planning Commission's decision is not the final one. The Township Board and Livingston County will also have a say. Of course, 6 News will keep you updated.
From Storm Tracker 6, this is Weather on the Sixes, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
Every time this camera pops up, the dome disappears more and more into the mist. We have fog this morning. That's giving an eerie vibe to the area, and that's because of the rain that's happened over the past few days. We still have rain in mid-Michigan. It's just over towards the southeast side of the state, but that's only dropping visibility down to, say, 2 miles in Adrian. The visibility is worst where the fog has set up, basically going from I-94 in Marshall all the way up 69, past Lansing, up towards Owasso. 127 also going to be included in that poor visibility realm. And even over in Howell now, visibility is below a mile. Be careful out there. With humidity values up to 100% in many spots, calm winds in most areas, and temperatures that are in the 60s, there are your 3 ingredients you have to have in order for this fog to form. We're seeing the 60s right now, even 59 over in Marshall. Those low-lying spots could be a degree or 2 cooler. It's just because cold air sinks. Not going to want to go outside in the mist or the fog or the rain today, so for all the pets out there, we do have yellow paws. I mean, they look pretty happy to be inside anyway. So
it is very eerie out there, isn't it?
It is, and it's muggy.
Yeah.
Like the dampness is what's really interesting because we had such a dry stretch.
I know, we had like 3 weeks.
Yeah, and the moisture was gone, my hair was happy, and now it's
Now it's
crinkly.
back. All right, thanks, Katie. It may look like Halloween.